Gerai, pažym 15 minučių apie YouTuberį, tą 1420 turbūt, nežinau būtent apie ką čia, bet čia vakar atrodo dienos video. YouTuberis iš Rusijos, visi nepritarantis karui jau išvyko iš Rusijos.
Labadiena 15 min žiūrovai ir skaitytojai. Lietuviams atsakyti klausimą apie Rusijos pradėtą karą Ukrainoje ir kurią pusę palaiko būtų paprasčiau negu paprasta. Ir tikriausiai net nekiltų mintis klausti tokio klausimo kur nors Kaune, pavyzdžiui. Tačiau Rusijos gyventojai arba vengia atsakymo, arba atsako, kad palaiko Putiną klišiniais rusiškos propagandos sakiniais. Retas pripažįsta, kad Rusija kalta dėl karo ir Ukraina turėtų būti laisva. Tokią informaciją teikia rusas Daniilas Orainas, kuris jau kurį laiką įvairiose Rusijos vietovėse, tiek Maskvoje, tiek Sankt Peterburge, tiek kažkur toliau nuo didžiųjų miestų kalbina žmonės apie karą ir politiką, išverčia atsakymus į anglų kalbą ir kelia į YouTube kanalą, kur renka 100 000, o kartais ir daugiau nei 1 milijoną peržiūrų. Taigi, kaip masto rusai, kaip pats Daniilas masto, netrukus jo ir paklausime, nes kalbame su YouTube kanalo 1420 kūrėju Daniilu Orainu. Hello, Daniil.
Hello.
Koks
Let's
delėjus?
start from your channel's name. Why 1420?
1420 is a school in Moscow where I studied. That's why.
Okay, I tried to Google. I thought maybe it's some kind of historical date or something like that, but no, it's your school.
Yeah, people also associate it with 420, like some weird thing.
Okay. Okay, let's start talking about your channel and questions you ask people. In one of the latest your channel, I think in the latest videos, you asked if people are worried about Russia's global reputation. Why this question?
Because people requested this question for some reason. I wasn't really excited about this question, but people who watch my videos, they wanted to see what Russians think about Russian reputation in the world.
Okay, so you, how do you, could you tell please us how you think about questions, how you ask them, how the idea comes to you? Because you say that people ask questions, right?
Yeah, actually, I stole this way of creating ideas from Galileo or something like this. He was just walking around in a park, and some ideas come to his head, right? Or I just lay in bed and they just boom, new idea.
Okay, just like that.
Or people request videos in the comments.
No joke, pusė turbūt Twitch streamerių geresnį interviu pravestų jam negu 15 minučių šitas kol kas, blėt. Nu bet, okei, dar tik 3 minutės, it's fine, vis tiek, bet tipo kažkokia kokybė, viskas čia kažkaip man cringe atrodo, nežinau. Ir angliškai vos sudėlioja sakinį, I don't know. Aš nenoriu čia apšik žmogaus, tiesiog darė, I guess, gal kokią praktiką atlieka, I don't know, bet atrodo biškai taip amateurish labai jau netgi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, and one of the most important questions to us is Russians' opinion on the war in Ukraine changing compared to
the
war? I mean, this invasion 2022, is it changing?
Yeah, actually, it definitely changed over the last half a month. I was discussing this with a guy who. Actually, we have a couple of guys who makes videos in Russia, right? And I was discussing it with them, and they told me that, yeah, indeed, like people, maybe smart people already left Russia or something like this. That's what they say. Yeah, opinion definitely changed.
In what ways? You said some people were actually, a lot of people left Russia already, but is opinion changing on the war? In what ways, if yes?
Yeah, you can hear more pro-war opinions in our videos, more and more. It feels like people who are against the war, they left Russia already. That's
How
what it feels like.
how come you
Tai kai
have
jis
not
išvyko
left
iš
Russia
Rusijos,
yet?
ką?
No, I actually
Kodėl, kaip aš tokio dalyko nemėgstu, seni, come on. Tu ruošies kalbinti žmogų ir tu nepaskaitai pačio pirmo, blėt, interviu jau su juo. Tada ir užduodi klausimus 1-4-20 iš kur. Tu, jo, gali paklausti tokio, kad duoti žmogui atsakyti tos dalykus, kur kitiems žmonėms bus įdomu. Bet tada klausi, kodėl tu gali tada klausti, arba pateikti teiginį, tarkim, kad tu išvykai iš Rusijos, kada nusprendi ir panašiai. O nesakyti, kad kodėl tu neišvykai. Čia parodo, kad tu tiesiog nesidomėjai nieko. Jo, nepasidomėjus visai, tai čia negerai, jau man
I left
nepatinka.
Russia. I was in Russia a couple of months ago, but I left, and I'm still thinking when I come back, maybe in a month or so.
Okay, so you are not in Russia right now.
No, I'm not in Russia. It's other people who make videos there in Russia.
Okay, and is it more difficult to make videos and to run the channel when you are not in Russia? Because you was the one who was asking people some questions, and now others do.
Yeah, actually, over the last year, it was mostly other people who were asking questions. It's not my thing to come up to people to just say something. I'm not this type of person to make this, so I just doing other things on the channel.
What kind of?
What kind of?
I've been editing videos, but I think I'm not gonna be editing videos in the next couple of weeks. It's gonna be other people too.
Okay, so
I will videos.
it is very interesting to know if you could tell us why you left Russia.
So actually, a year ago, I left Russia on March because it was rumors about mobilization. But then I came back in the summer, and then I left again because they were closing borders in Europe for Russians. For example, I cannot visit.
Nėra blogas, nėra geras vertimas, nes Europoje rusams uždarė sienas. Jis ką pasakė, nes Europoje uždarinėjo rusams sienas.
In Europe for Russians.
Tipo, kad pradėjo ir uždarinėjo šalis sienas.
Tipo. Right now with Russian passport, I believe. Even Lithuania, I'm not sure if I can visit Lithuania with Russian passport. So
Yeah, you know.
I think I cannot, right? And I visited Lithuania before they blocked visiting for Russians. That was my goal because I wasn't sure if I'm gonna be able to visit some countries in the future. And yeah.
And you said you're thinking to go back to Russia.
Yeah.
Why and what are your points on this question?
So I'm still thinking. I'm not sure because it's kind of rough. It's they can start another mobilization, close borders, and I'm not sure. Maybe they will even put me in prison. I'm still not sure. So I don't know. Maybe I will not go back to Russia.
So the mobilization or possibility of mobilization for you is the main reason why you are not in Russia right now?
Yeah, I don't have a deferment. That's what it's called. Like you can legally avoid mobilization, but I don't have these things, so I can be sent straight to Ukraine.
Okay, and you often in your videos or your colleagues in videos make a difference between big cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg or others and some rural areas, for example 400 kilometers from Moscow.
Buvo ne taip senai grįžęs trumpam.
Are people very different and their opinion differ depending on the on place where you talk with them?
Actually, people from rural Russia, they quite different from people from Moscow, people from rural Russia. I was I was growing up in these areas actually for many years, so I know internet there still 3G or less. So they only rely on television, and yeah, they quite different. They say quite different things if you watch our videos about rural Russians. Definitely,
And
they are
another,
more.
uh-huh.
I would say they are
Uh,
more pro-war.
Okay, and another difference is age. I think from your videos,
Yeah,
could you compare the younger Russians and older Russians? How do they think about the war in Ukraine?
so yeah, I give interviews, and interviewers often ask me this question, like always ask me the question different about it difference between older and younger Russians, and I think I can't say that all young Russians are against the war, right? But I think maybe 70-80% they are quite
Ką
liberal,
jinai
I would say.
pasižymi ten?
They are
Jis
against the
pastoja
war.
kažką pasirašo taškiuką, padar
And,
varnelę. Ką jin ten pasižymi labai?
Yeah, and but I don't think I have any statistics. It just I can get something.
Bet paklausė klausimą, gal.
Maybe 70% against the war. I'm not sure about older Russians what they really think, because they have some of them have mortgages, some of them have some duties and things like this, and they can't really say what they really think.
Okay, but sometimes, yes, we can tell that people, when they see the camera, they just look around if there is a police or something like that, and they are afraid to talk on camera. What about behind the camera? Do those young people who answer your questions
Čia geras klausimas, šitas man patinka klausimas.
talk differently behind the camera?
Behind the camera, so actually, as I said, the guys who make videos in Moscow, right, they sometimes tell me that young people, not only young people, but people in general, they say one thing on camera and they say different thing when the camera is off. They say like, no, I don't actually support this war and stuff like this, but on camera they say that they are apolitical or something like this.
Čia buvo geras klausimas.
What does it mean to be apolitical? Because a lot of people say they are apolitical. Is it easier to not think politically in Russia than to make a change or have a position?
Koks loaded klausimas šis.
Yeah, I think it requires some mental effort to think about politics, right? You have your own things to do in life, and yeah, they have some more things to do in life, and they maybe not. They don't have time. They have some duties, some work, studying, and they just don't have much time to care.
Why you care about politics?
Have no life. Juokauju, sorry.
So I guess that's my YouTube channel. I have videos 2 years ago, right, on different kind of things. But right now the topic has changed, so it's kind of pivot. I started making videos about politics and war because people are interested in this, interested to hear what Russians think. It's not that I care about it too much, I wouldn't say.
Okay, it just generates views, right? It's interesting for people from abroad to know what Russians think.
I wouldn't say so. There are, of course, maybe. Yeah, I actually told the same thing to some Latvian or Lithuanian newspaper, and they blamed me for this. They said I made this for make this for money and stuff like this. But I I actually I'm interested in making this kind of videos. It's interesting. It's exciting to hear what people say. It kind of drives me. So I wouldn't say it's for generating.
Okay, and we discuss here a lot about possibility of any kind of revolution or something like that in Russia. From what you know, what you see from your colleagues, do you think that there is any kind of power to make a revolution? I mean, could people gather together and make change together? What do you think?
Revolution, there has to be some catalyst. It's something that just boom and then wow, boom, revolution, right? For example, there was some revolution, I don't know what it was called exactly, but it started because some guy put himself in the fire somewhere, and that's how the revolution started. And I think I'm not calling for a revolution in Russia or nothing like this. I think that if revolution is going to begin, it will begin because of some catalyst, some incident. But I don't think it's just slowly going to revolution. I don't think it works this way.
Okay, you think it has to be something boom to make a change in Russia?
Blemba. Abu jie čia angliškai nėra patys, geriausi tipo.
That? What do you think?
I wasn't thinking of this. Actually, I can't. I don't think I can say anything about it. I think even if Putin dies, there will be some new guy that will replace him. I'm not sure. Maybe everything will just stop. Maybe there are different kind of options, probably.
Okay. And it's just interesting to me, have you been or your colleagues arrested for what you are doing? Because you're publical. I mean,
publical. Oh man.
Watch your videos on YouTube. They can see your name and face. Have you been arrested for what you are doing?
No, I haven't. I think the reason for this is primarily because we target foreign audience, not Russian audience. So it's nothing for the government, probably. Or they might not have seen the channel at all, maybe.
Yeah, might be, right? Maybe they don't use...
Kad kanalą jo matė, tai garantuoju. Wow, okay.
Actually, it's available for Russian people.
Bet jo, kad žino apie kanalą, tai garantuoti kažkokį ten...
YouTube is also available, so...
Okay.
Agentūra ten jau kažką, kur trakina vis tiek tos kreatorius didesnius ir panašiai.
Is it still strong as it was a few years ago or a year ago even?
Stronger? Suintensyvėja propaganda šiaip, kai karas prasideda.
But I think it just brings too much attention, propaganda, because the war and the propaganda is probably a main weapon. But I think it was as powerful.
Manai, čia nepatogus klausimai? Manau, ir gan paprasti tokie.
Right now it just gets too much attention.
What do you mean when you say too much attention?
Because of this time, they make a lot of noise regarding the war, the propaganda, the television, and they just get a lot of attention. That's what I think. But like, for example, a year ago or year and a half, it wasn't like a lot of topics to discuss. Right now, it's just war, this and this and this and that.
And it's always been interesting, who are the guys and the girls who create your videos or the videos for your channel, who asks questions? Who are they?
It's my friends actually, and we were studying in 1420 together. They make videos right now for 1420.
Just like that. Why do they do that? Do you know? Have you been talking
Kodėl jie neišvaro iš Rusijos?
about it with them? Why do they do that?
It's interesting job, and also, he has interesting explanation. He has to walk around in the city, and he sort of maintain his good health.
Lol.
Just that. And, it's also interesting to know, aren't
Just
you
that.
afraid to publicly answer the same questions you and your colleagues ask those people? I mean, about the war in Ukraine. Could you answer the same questions publicly yourself?
Actually, I'm kind of surprised that there are so many brave people in our videos that say very brave things. For example, a lady in one of the recent videos, she said that Putin should be in a jail, in a GAG, right, in the Netherlands jail. I wouldn't say this, right? I would say I'm apolitical, I'm out. Bye-bye.
You wouldn't answer your questions yourself, right? It would be too dangerous.
No, actually, I think I would say something like I'm against the war and stuff like this. But most of the time, you see people much braver than me or the guys who make videos.
But what
No,
could
we do.
happen? What could happen to those people who answers those questions straightforward and says, for example, that Crimea belongs to Ukraine, or something like that? What could happen to them potentially?
In our recent videos, we started collecting personal information from people, right? And also their social media. And we will contact them in a couple of months,
No.
and we will ask them if they are being,
Follow-up
if
padaro.
something happened to them. Because before we didn't do this, right?
Okay, you will compare, right? In some kind of timeline, if their opinions have changed.
Nah, I thought you asked
Ne apie
me
nuomonės.
if they were fined or put in jail.
Jinai
this
nesuprato
Sure.
tipo šitą.
like
Yeah.
something. Yeah, we will ask them in a couple of months. We just started collecting personal information from people, social media, and after a couple of months, we will contact them and ask them if they have been followed by KGB or something like this.
Okay, how do you, basically, how do you know if KGB is following you or something like that? How do you know
Me
that?
personally. These people, maybe they were contacted from officers or something.
Yeah.
Right? We will ask them. But actually, people don't really write to us directly if they have had some troubles for our videos, right? But one guy, he sent me message on Instagram. He told me that he was going to get asylum in Great Britain, and he was going to use interview that he gave to us prove that
Okay.
he is against Putin or something like this. And he wanted to get the full video from us.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting story. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. And by the way, what do you think about the war? Do you see the end of it? What's your point on that?
Yeah, I'm actually against the war, definitely. The end of it, I'm not sure. I hope it ends soon.
Okay.
I don't see the end. I hope it ends soon.
Aš negaliu tiksliai įvardinti, kas taip keistas šito video yra. Visas šitas video tiesiog yra keistas, aš nežinau. Ir kaip jie abudu angliškai kalba, viskas yra keista. Tiesiog fucking keista, aš nežinau. Jo klausimai, jo atsakymai, tai čia irgi, arba jis anglų kalbos netaip gerai moka, aišku, ir jie nesusišneka dėl to, bet ir jo atsakymai labai tokie keistikai, kurie būna ir tokie, jis pats čia nelabai kažką ten įgaudos, jis, I guess, daro video ir viskas, bet nežinau, toks.
What could you tell to those people who are in Ukraine and who are Russians and who are killing Ukrainians?
To Russians who kill Ukrainians right now?
Yes.
I was trying to talk to them. Actually, one of my friends was sent to Ukraine, and it just doesn't work, it feels like. I was trying to explain to him, but he has different mindset, or just simply don't kill, just don't go there, doesn't work. They think that they protecting the motherland.
They truly believe that. They truly believe that, right?
Whatever I'm gonna say, they're gonna say that motherland is in danger. They need to protect it. So only maybe force is gonna work on them.
Only force. That's what I'm hearing. Force.
When people don't understand, maybe just some problems, just force.
Ką tu čia, Makarai, parašei?
But I didn't even think about it, what I would say to them.
Yeah, it is interesting because, we are trying to, at least in the beginning of the war, Lithuanians and other people from other countries try to contact Russian people and to talk with them, to try to explain what is happening in Ukraine. And it's really hard to talk with them because they don't they don't want to hear us. So it is interesting from my Russian perspective how to talk, how to reach those people who are affected by propaganda. So you don't see any ways to get to their mind?
Not that I was thinking of this. I was just talking to regular Russians, right? And sometimes it doesn't work. Even with just regular Russians, they still think that motherland needs to be protected and so on. Even with regular Russians who are not in the front line, it doesn't work sometimes to make them think differently.
Okay, thank you very much for your time and for your answers. Daniil Orain, right? We talked with him and you are YouTube channel 1420 creator. Thank you, Daniil, for your time and for your interview.
Peace out.
Yeah, thank you.
Ir išnyksta.
Bye. And taigi mes kalbėjome su Daniilu Orainu ir jis yra kanalo 1420 kūrėjas YouTube platformoje ir klausia paprastų rusų, ką jie mano apie karą Ukrainoje. Šita tema dabar yra pagrindinė ir, kaip girdėjome, panašu, kad kol kas nuomonė nesikeičia rusų. Tiek šioje laidoje. Iki.
Čia toks after hours 15 minučių grinai studentė ar praktikantė ar belenkas tokiu, man atrodo, padaro, ir viskas. Nes, tie, kur ten rusų moka ir turbūt ten žurnalistai užkatėja, ar jie kalbins random youtuberį, turbūt ne. Tai gerai, kad padarė, bet jo, trūksta biškiukai ir pasidomėti ir panašiai. Bet jo, Daniilas šiaip pasirodė gan silpnai čia, bet, nežinau, ko mes galim tikėtis. Interviu klausimai man porą buvo šiaip visai, kur patiko, bet tokie nėra pats geriausi, tai kad nežino, kad net Rusijoje negyvena jis, kad išvarė, tokių dalykų, nežinau, norėtų, kad pasidomėtų, bet yra kaip yra. Bet jo, mes čia galim norėti daugiau iš jo ir tikėtis daugiau, bet galų gale, nu jo, mes nežinom, ten galbūt jis rimtai, galbūt net ne tai, kad norės grįžti į Rusiją, bet, nu, galbūt jam reikės grįžti, pavyzdžiui, Rusiją ir panašiai, ir jis nenori jau taip prisišnekėti. Nenustepčiau, jeigu jis pas tokių pozicijų ten labai griežtų neturi, ar ten net nenusimano. Mes mėtume, kaip jisai sakė, ta tema jis net nelabai domėjos. Iki kol karas neprasidėjo, dabar tą daro, nes dabar pagrindė tema ir mato, kad, nu, aišku, skaičiai geri ir viską, nu, tai aišku, nu, toliau tą kanalą vystys. Bet aš nenustepčiau, jeigu jis pas net tiek nusimano tą temą, kad ten galėtų labai pasakyti daug ir panašiai, bet jo.